Welcome back. Today we are going to discuss about the mood, which is also the measure of central tendency. Mood is the value of given data set which occurs maximum number of the times. That is the value which has the highest frequency. Mood is commonly used measure of central tendency when we have to decide which is the most favorable, most demanded, most preferable items at this time. Okay, mood is derived from the French word that is la mode, which means most fashionable or most popular. A knee score which occurs most frequently is mood, or we can say it is the point on the score that corresponds to the maximum number of frequencies. Mood is of two types. One is crude mood and another is true mood. Let us first discuss about the crude mood. Crude mood, we have to calculate it from ungrouped data and we have to calculate it from the grouped data. Crude mood of the ungrouped data, you know what is ungrouped data, okay? Crude mood for the ungrouped data, let's have an example. This is the example, this is the ungrouped data, which is the most frequently occurring observation in this data. That is the mood of crude mood of this data. You can check it 3, 5, 6, 3, 8, 10, 3. Here 3 is the occurring 3 times, so the crude mood of this data set is 3, and only there is one mood, so it's unimodal data. Let's have a next example. Check this example here. 14, 10, 15 and 13, none of the observation is repeating. Okay, so in this data set there is no mood. Fine, let's have a next example. Here 11, 10, 14, 10, 15, 13 and 15. Here 10 is twice and 15 is also twice. So the mood of this data set is 10 and 15. This data set is known as bimodal. You can have three moods in a data set, that is trimodal or tetramodal, hexamodal, heptamodal, pentamodal, decamodal and so on. Now, how to calculate the mood of the grouped data set, that is frequency distribution table. Okay. Now, to calculate the crude mood of the frequency grouped data set, it is the midpoint of the class interval which contains the highest frequencies. First of all, we have to calculate the midpoint. How we calculate the midpoint? It is, as I have already told in the previous videos, upper limit plus lower limit divided by 2. Here it is 22, 27, 32, 37 and 42. Now we have to check the maximum frequency in these frequencies. The maximum frequency is 6 and it is in this class interval. So the mood of this grouped data is 32, which is the midpoint of the class interval having the maximum frequencies. Now, how to calculate the true mood? There are the formulas to calculate the true mood. These are two formulas to calculate the mood of the grouped data set. Mood is equal to thrice median and twice mood. We have already gone through how to calculate the median and how to calculate the mean in the previous videos. Okay. Now, the next formula is mood is equal to L plus Fm minus F1 divided by twice Fm minus F1 minus F2. What does these symbols depict? Here, L is the exact lower limit of the class interval of the modal class. Why we always use the exact lower limit? In the educational research, we always have these class intervals that are not continuous, that are discontinuous. So we always use this exact lower limit of the class interval. Okay. Next is n is the total number of the observations or the sum of the frequencies. Fm is the exact frequency of the Moodle class. F1 is the frequency of the class interval before the Moodle class. F2 is the frequency of the class interval after the Moodle class. And I is the size of the class interval. Let us go through this example. First, we calculate the mood of the data by this formula, by the median and the mean. Okay, for to calculate the median and the mean, we know we have to calculate the cumulative frequencies. As I have already told you, I will not discuss here how to calculate the cumulative frequencies. We have to calculate the midpoint. You already know how to calculate the midpoint. We have to calculate the frequency multiplied by midpoint that we will use in the mean. And now first we will calculate the median of this data set. For median, we have to calculate the median class, that is n by 2. Here n is equal to 16 and this is the 16 divided by 2, so it is 8. The class which is having the cumulative frequency 8 or higher than 8, that will be the median class. Here this class will be the median class. As we have already discussed this, so I will wind it up. Okay, then we have to find the lower limit of this class. We have to find the cumulative frequency below this class. We have to find the exact frequency of this class, and we have to find the class interval. The lower limit of this class, is 29.5, and we have calculated n by 2, which is 8. The cumulative frequency below this class interval, which is this class, is 7. Okay, and then the exact frequency of the median class is 6, and the class size of the class interval is difference between these, which is 5. Okay, now give these in the formula median, which you have already done in the previous video. Median has formula L plus n divided by 2 minus CF divided by F multiplied by F. Go through previous videos. What is this? Okay, now we have given all these, and we will supplement them to this formula. Calculate the median. Go on calculating. You can have the median of this class 30.2. Okay, now we have to calculate the mean. Next is mean is summation of fx. This is fx, summation of this divided by n. If you have not gone through the previous video, please go through the previous video how to calculate this mean. Okay, I will give the links of those videos in the description box. Here summation of fx is 477 and n is 16. So mean will be equal to 477 divided by 16. Mean will be equal to 29.81. Now we have mean in hand, we have median in hand. So the formula mood will be equal to thrice median and minus twice mean. Give the median and mean there. This is mood is equal to thrice multiplied by median value 30.2, and 2 minus 2, this is mean 29.81. Calculate this, you will get the mood. Mood will be equal to 30.98. Remember one thing, mood should always fall in the Moodle class. Okay, this here we have mood 30.98, so it falls in this class interval, which we have chosen as the median class. Now let us solve this by the second formula, which is this formula. Exact L is the exact lower limit. This I have already told you. Here we have the data set. Okay, Now for this, from this data set, we have to calculate the mood. How to find the Moodle class? Moodle class is that class which is having the highest frequency. Which class is having the highest frequency? That is 6. 6 is having the highest frequency, and that is this 30 to 34 class interval. So here the Moodle class is 6, having the highest frequency. So this is the Moodle class. And then exact lower limit of this Moodle class is 29.5, and the exact frequency of this Moodle class is 6, and F1 is the frequency before this Moodle class, that is 3, and F2 is after this Moodle class, that is 2, and the size of the class interval is 5. Apply these values in this formula and go on calculating. You will get the mood as 31.64. This mood is in this range. Okay, if somehow that will be problem in your data or what, or any other problem, the mood does not fall in this class interval which you have declared the Moodle class, there is another formula to calculate the mood. That is known as the alternative formula for the mode. Okay, that is this. Here L is the exact lower limit, F1 is the exact frequency of the modal class, and F minus 1 is the frequency of the class interval before the modal class, and I is the class interval size. Let us have an example. For example, we have calculated the mood of this class, and that this distribution and the mood came outside the class which we have chosen as the Moodle class. Now we will check by this formula. Okay, we have to find first the Moodle class, which is the highest frequency. Here it is 6, so we go, this is the Moodle class. Okay, now the lower limit of this class interval, that is 29.5, and the exact frequency of this class interval is 6, and the frequency before this class interval is 3, and a difference between the two class lower limits is 5. Okay, we have these values. Substitute these values in this formula and you will get the mood. Mood will be equal to 31.16, okay, which falls in this class interval. This is all about the mood, how we calculate the crude mood of our grouped and ungrouped data, how we calculate the mood, true mood by the formulas and the alternative formula also. I hope you have got all this. Now this is the exercise for you people to do. Find the mood of the following data sets, okay, and comment your answers. This is all about, till now we have gone through the measures of central tendency. This is all about the measures of central tendency. Now in the next lecture, we will go through the measures of variability. Till then, stay tuned, stay safe, stay healthy, and stay motivated.